Hanoi is chaos, but hidden 2 hours south is a completely different world. One where rivers slide straight through mountains, where you drift through caves so low you'll have to duck, and where the best view in Vietnam comes with a price. 500 steps straight up. Today we're doing it all in a single day, and trust us, this one genuinely caught us off guard. I'm guessing that's very colourful when it's in season. Stunning, the landscape. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of small frogs.
Oh wow, yeah. And that's what we're about to walk up.
We stay at the entrance, and before we get on, please stay concentrated a little bit. Can you see these kind of rocks? Mm-hmm. Be careful because they are very, very slippery. So please be careful, okay? Yeah, avoid to fall. Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh. Immediately less than 500 now. Can't be that bad. Should be fine.
I'm already out of breath.
Well, the views are already viewing.
Oh, that one was steep.
Hurrah! How you doing? You're going to want to sit on a boat for 90 minutes after this, aren't you? Well, look, that's the pagoda up there. So we've done a fair old way already. So I guess the difference between this and going up to the monastery in Jordan, this is constant. You know, whilst hiking up the monastery at Petra, you had some flat bits. There's no flat bits here. It is just straight up.
After reaching the main viewpoint, Tom decided to push on to the very top, where a huge stone dragon sits along the ridge. With just a chain between you and the 500-foot drop, it was a pretty nerve-wracking climb, but the views made it all worth it. But with that being said, the hardest part was yet to come. After all, what goes up must come back down.
As ever, going down the mountain is just as much of a challenge as going up. But not because it's steep, but because when you're going down, it looks a lot steeper. Very, very reminiscent of climbing down the old Roman amphitheatre in Jordan. You know, steep going up, yeah, easy enough. Going back down looks like a much bigger drop. But same as for Jordan, keep on your side when it's really steep, no problem at all. Although the shop being shut halfway, not ideal. It's got a bit easier now, hasn't it? Oh dear.
Less out of breath.
Yeah, definitely so. Because this heat is no joke. And like that, we are back down.
Yeah, when we get in, not too many people. However, when we get out, you can see the crowd more and more.
After making our way back down, we slowed things down and explored more of the area around Mua Cave. The lake was covered with lotus flowers just starting to come through, while the fish were swimming around beneath the surface. After all those steps, it was a nice chance to take in the scenery before heading off to our next adventure. From Mua Cave, we jumped to the car and headed to where our next adventure would begin. A traditional bamboo boat ride through the Ninh Binh countryside.
Oh, thank you.
For the next 90 minutes, we were taken through a series of low caves and waterways, surrounded by towering limestone cliffs and some seriously incredible scenery.
And like that, we are off.
It was a completely different way to experience Ninh Binh, and honestly, this was one of those moments where you could just sit back and take it all in. The boats themselves are surprisingly small, which was just enough room for us and our guide, making the experience feel much more personal than we expected. As we slowly made our way through the landscape, it was easy to see why Ninh Binh is often referred to as a Ha Long Bay on land.
But it wasn't just the scenery that made this experience so memorable. As we floated along, at several points the river disappeared beneath the mountains and we entered these incredibly low limestone caves where we had to duck down as the boat squeezed its way through. Inside, everything becomes a little dark and quiet before suddenly emerging back into the sunshine on the other side. Then, just when we thought we'd seen the best of it, another incredible landscape like another world would appear around the next corner.
Just start contrast climbing up those stairs that we did earlier.
On the approach to the cave it looks quite daunting, but when you get inside it's actually much wider and a little bit higher than you first think. There are a couple of low points where you have to duck, but after that it opens up and it really is quite the experience. Don't worry if you're not a fan of tight spaces, it's much bigger than it looks and you can always see the exits.
That was definitely the lowest one out of the three.
After the chaos and steep climbs of Mua Cave earlier in the day, this was the perfect opportunity to slow down and simply enjoy being surrounded by Ninh Binh incredible scenery. We also had the opportunity to pick up one of the hand-woven silk pictures directly on the river, but don't worry if you forget, you can also pick these up in Hanoi.
So if you're thinking about coming to Ninh Binh, definitely do Mua Cave and the hike first thing before it gets crazy hot. It's, what, 10 past? No, quarter to 11, quarter to 12 now. Messed that up royally. And yeah, it's hot, but not Hanoi hot. It's the air's a lot cleaner here. But even so, I wouldn't want to be hiking up that mountain now. It's much nicer to be chilling out on the river. Ooh, goats. But anyway, yeah, it's a really nice time being able to it's a really nice time being able to just float along and really just enjoy all of this because it is stunning here. Absolutely stunning.
It was easily one of the most relaxing parts of our day, and 90 minutes later we were back on dry land and ready for lunch.
Well, I was going to pull my chair out, but I seem to have a little mate.
We will have a very special thing is talking is sinmai. Yeah,
Okay.
sinmai will be for two purposes. The first is wish our partner have a good meal.
Sure.
And the next one is say thank you for the chef for cooking for the meal. Yeah.
Okay.
So sinmai.
Sinmai.
Yeah, sinmai. Yeah. Yeah, sinmai is meaning wish you have a good lunch or good dinner, good meal. Yeah.
Thank you.
So now you can enjoy it, and then we have two more. It's coming. Yep. Yeah. And when you finish it, this this is still very hot.
Yeah. Don't touch that. So we have just had an absolute banquet delivered. Way more food than I think we're going to be able to finish, which is not great, but there's loads. So we got tofu in tomato sauce. We got local fried fish out of that river. We got, what are they, pork spring rolls. You got peanut satay, fish sauce, chicken and ginger, fresh salad, goat and rice. And a big old challenge.
After lunch we had one small problem. We'd just eaten a lot of food and our next stop was 15 minutes away by bike. So with lunch needing to be burned off, we jumped on our bikes and headed towards Bich Pagoda. The ride itself was beautiful, taking us through the local town with the views of surrounding countryside. Yeah. Although, with cars and other vehicles occasionally passing a little too close and a little too fast, it definitely kept us on our toes.
We will across the bridge to get into the pagoda, okay?
So cycling here, well worth it. Seats are a little bit hard, but it's only about 13 minutes to get here initially, so it's quite easy. Oh wow.
More steps.
Not as many stairs this time,
Not
no.
too many steps. About from here to the last, from here to the highest floor, it's just only about nearly 100. One of 4 immortal heroes in Vietnamese fairy tale. Yeah, you can see her. Yeah, and the next one is the first one is 3 Buddha. Is the past, the present, and the future Buddha. Your head and with the feet.
No.
Be careful with your head here and with your leg, okay? With your
Careful
foot
with
too.
your head.
Yeah, with your head and with the foot.
Yeah.
Some more stair.
Once at the pagoda, the final section takes you up into a cave at the top, making this another climb where the heat definitely adds to the challenge. One thing to be aware of if you're visiting is that you'll need to dress respectfully. If your knees aren't covered, you'll be asked to borrow one of these cover-up skirts before entering.
And now we'll go to the last floor, the highest. And from here, you
More
can
steps.
see all the vision out of the field and about the tree and some mountain. Yeah,
Wow.
in front of our vision, from the top.
As you climb further up the mountain, you'll discover even more temples nestled in the mountainside, with spectacular views across the surrounding landscape. One thing's for sure, Bich Pagoda is a must-see when visiting Ninh Binh.
With the pagoda explored, it was time to jump back on the bikes and retrace our route to the restaurant. Once again, the scenery was beautiful, although the traffic made parts of the ride a little unnerving. And just when we thought we'd made it, our route took us down this tiny lane towards the bridge. It was a little too high to comfortably cycle across, so we jumped off and pushed the bikes for the final stretch. Definitely not the smoothest bike ride of the trip, but it was all part of the experience. Back at the car, we headed to our final stop of the day, Hoa Lu, the ancient capital of Vietnam. Our guide Long took us around the temples and the old town, explaining how this area once played an important role in Vietnam's history. We also got a chance to see the buffalo taking a dip in the water to cool off.
We call this animal is the Asian unicorn, or we call it with our own language name is the kirin. Yeah, kirin. Yeah, in the China, it's just the combination between the lion and the dragon. However, in the Vietnam, when it's come to Vietnam, we have the one more very special animal. Is for represent for the protector and the friends. It's the dog. So this animal is the combination of the head of the dragon, the body of the dog, and the leg of the lion.
Wow.
And this is one of 4 holy animals in the temple or in the pagoda and represent for the protector. Yeah. The symbol of the protect. Yes, so that's the reason why you will see not only on the right hand and in the left hand, they will have more.
Wow. The experience walking through the temples is hard to put into words. There's an incredible sense of calm and peace inside, made even more noticeable by the coolness compared to the heat of the sun outside. With incense lingering in the air, it's hard not to appreciate the incredible craftsmanship and the care that goes into preserving this place.
As we explored, there were fascinating stories around almost every corner, but one thing that really caught our attention was the incredibly ornate chair belonging to the king. After a full day of caves, boats, bikes and temples, Hoa Lu gave us the perfect chance to slow down and learn a little more about the history behind the incredible places we'd spent the day exploring. Here are our top tips for visiting Ninh Binh.
So should you do Ninh Binh as a day trip or overnight? Ninh Binh is absolutely doable as a day trip, at only about 2 hours from Hanoi, but we'd recommend leaving early to make the most of your time. If you'd prefer a slower, more immersive experience without rushing between attractions, staying overnight in Ninh Binh would definitely be worth considering.
Let's talk clothing. When visiting the pagodas and temples, remember to dress modestly, with shoulders and knees covered. There are cover-ups available to borrow if you forget, but they're pretty thick and warm, so we'd recommend planning your outfit ahead of time.
Let's talk about that hike. If Mua Cave is on your list, get there early. We arrived first thing, which meant we could tackle the climb before the midday heat really kicked in, and we were back down as the larger crowd started arriving. It is a challenging hike, with plenty of steps and some exposed sections, so anyone less physically able or uncomfortable with heights should really bear that in mind.
We'd highly recommend taking a bamboo boat ride down the Tamcock River, but come prepared for the heat. Sunscreen, a hat and cool clothing are essential, especially with little shade out on the water. Life jackets are mandatory, although you can remove them when you're on the river. We definitely recommend keeping yours on, particularly when going through the caves. It's better to be safe than sorry. And if you forget your hat, don't worry. The boats often have those traditional conical hats available to borrow, and they make for a pretty good photo too.
So should you do a group or private tour? If your budget allows, we definitely recommend a private tour. It means you can tailor the day around your own schedule and ability rather than having to wait for a group. If you want to tackle the Mua Cave hike or fit in a bike ride, you can also do everything at your own pace without worrying about being held up or holding everyone else up. It's crazy to think that Ninh Binh is just a couple of hours from the chaos of Hanoi. We came here for the 500 steps, for the boats, for the view, but what we actually found was something harder to photograph. The noise fades, the traffic disperses, and suddenly everything slows down. And it's not just about what you see here, the rice paddies, the rivers, the limestone casts as far as you can see. It's about how it makes you feel, like you've stepped outside the clock for a day. And that's what makes it so special, because you don't need to quit your job or sell everything to feel this. You just need one day, some transport, and the guts to climb 500 steps before breakfast. Trust us, this is just the beginning.
If this is your first time here, make sure to hit subscribe. We're travelling from the north to the south of Vietnam, and you don't want to miss the next one. And if you've already done Ninh Binh, drop your favourite spot in the comments below. We reply to everyone.